Hey, Derek here, and welcome to my video about money where all I'm going to be talking about is money. Now, the reason why I put this together is because many of my clients, my members, have asked me repeatedly and for a while to put something together about what I know about money and how to acquire it, and how to, or to share and discuss with you how to make your money problems go away. So hopefully by the end of it, or at least when you've listened to it a time or two, you will have an understanding and grasp of money and how to make your money problems really go away, how to acquire it, and how to acquire it in a way that that's more easy than you thought was possible or you've been exposed to. And really, that's what it's about. It's not that I'm any better with money than what anyone else is. It's just that the things that I've been exposed to have helped me to acquire it and get it more easily than maybe what you know. Okay, so some of the things I'm going to talk about, I'm going to be doing. I'm going to dispel some of the myths about money, or what you've been taught about money as a kid growing up. I'm going to help you understand why you don't have what you feel to be enough of it. Okay? I'm going to talk about money as it functions in business. And finally, put you on a path to have more money so you never have to worry about it again. Right? So again, my goal is to, once you've listened to this a few times, okay, you will have not only theory but practical things that you can do to execute on to get more money, to not have any more problems when it comes to money. Okay? So the very first topic, okay, money problems, right? And this is why people have money problems and have been having the same money problems that they've been having for a while, for years. When you have a problem, okay, your money problem, most people, they continue to focus and stay on the problem itself, not having enough, having lack. Okay? So they think about all day and they stay stuck on, I don't have enough money to pay the light bill. I don't have enough money to get groceries. I don't have enough money to pay my car note. All right, so they're focusing and staying and getting stuck on the problem itself. All right, if I have a math problem, let's say I have a math problem, 327x minus 78 equals 20. All right, that's the problem. I need to go ahead and find the solution, the answer to that problem. But if I just looked at that problem in the book, in the math book, and just looked at 327x minus 78 equals 20, if all I did was look at that and didn't execute on it, on getting the solution, that's all I'm going to have is the problem, right? And that's what people do with their money problems. They stay stuck on the problem. Well, no, we need to go ahead and execute and do things to get us the solution. So I have to, going back to my math problem, I have to, I know I have to get the x on one side, and then finally x equals whatever. Okay, that's the solution. That's what I want you to do. That's what you need to do. And so the way to do that, get off of I don't have enough, to what do I need to do to have enough? What do I need to do to get more? And I promise you, and I guarantee you this, when you feed your head, when you feed your mind solutions, possible solutions, things that you can do, things that you can execute on, the universe will start to draw people into your life, draw opportunities into your life in your head that you hadn't thought about before, to go ahead and go out and get the money. Right? You may think about someone you loaned $500 to 7 months ago and say, oh, you know, Tony got $700 from me. Let me call Tony and get the $700 back, because he said he was going to pay me back and he never did, whatever. But you will start to generate thoughts, ideas that will help you get to the solution of lack, get to the solution of don't have enough, get to the solution of not paying the light bill. Right? So we know the problem is there. We know the problem. Get off the problem as soon as possible, and then focus on the solution, getting more, acquiring more. You see that? Because as soon as you get off the solution, as soon as you get off the problem, that solution, the answers to the problems will start to present itself. Okay, the answer will start to present itself. So you will move past the problem to the solution and then get more money. Okay, but you gotta not focus on the problem itself. Okay, I can't focus on 327x minus 78 equals 20 and expect the solution to come to me. I have to start putting things in play. I have to start adding, dividing, subtracting, whatever it is, whatever I need to do to solve for x. And that's what you need to do. Get off the problem. Start putting in your head, feeding your mind solutions to the problem. In your time of thinking and coming up with solutions, you never know. You might come up with a product or service that you can put together and start and sell the very next day that doesn't cost any money. I don't know. But you have to, again, get off the problem and on to the solution. When you do that, you will be fed. You will be fed solutions, answers to problems to get money in hand. Now here's the next part, what I want you to understand and know. Money absolutely does not have a conscience. Okay? It does not have a conscience. It does not care if you were born to a billionaire family. It does not care if you were born to a family that was in poverty. It does not care if you're black. Doesn't care if you're white. Doesn't care if you're what religion you are. Doesn't care about your sexual orientation. Doesn't care. Doesn't have a conscience. Okay? Now, here's something else to that. It doesn't care how you acquire it. Okay? How you obtain it. So here's what I mean by that. Think about drug dealers, okay? And think about some drug dealers that you know in your family or maybe your friends know, and they've come by the house or whatever the case may be. Okay? You've seen those people. You've seen those people that sell drugs. Okay? Now, in our society, okay, selling drugs isn't exactly high on the list of professions that you would want to go after and be, right? Not too many folks in elementary school or list that as their dream position, their dream position or career in life. Okay? And we don't exactly let's just say smile upon it, right? So it's not the ideal profession, right? Being a drug dealer. But that does not keep money from getting into their hands. You see that? And so I've seen drug dealers pull out wads and wads and wads on top of wads of money, right? Again, money doesn't have a conscience. It doesn't care that they're selling weed, cocaine, heroin, whatever the case may be. It doesn't care what they're doing to get it. All it cares is they're putting themselves in front of someone who will exchange itself, money, for a product, which is the drugs. Now, please understand, I am not saying or suggesting that you go out and become a drug dealer. Okay? Not at all. I'm just pointing out the fact that it doesn't matter what you do to get the money. Okay? And that's what I say, and what I mean by money doesn't have a conscience. It doesn't care. Pornography. Okay? Do you agree with the porn industry? And a lot of guys out there are like, yeah, absolutely, I agree with it. But, they outsell Hollywood 10 times over every single year without a blink, right? Now, and I'm pointing out, pornography isn't exactly high on the list of people's career goals, right? but it doesn't matter. Money doesn't care. Again, money doesn't have a conscience. It doesn't care that they're doing what they do to get more of it. All it knows is that what they're doing helps generate money, revenue, duplicate it over and over again, time and time again. Okay? So just pointing out to you that another example that money doesn't have a conscience. Doesn't matter if you're a good person. Doesn't matter if you're a bad person. Doesn't matter if you go to church or don't go to church. Okay? Now, I'm not saying if you go to church to not go to church. What I'm saying is that going to church, being a good person, okay, doesn't equate to money going into the pockets. You can go to church 7 days a week, and I know people that do, and they're there in the morning and then they're at night, and they are, unfortunately, some of the brokest people you ever want to, meet and see. Okay? So, I mean, they're in church and they're doing this and they're doing, quote unquote, godly things, and that's great. That's wonderful. But that alone, and I'll say that again, that alone will not, again, bring money and put money into the pocket. You have to put yourself in front of someone who will give you money for product, service, time, etc. Okay? So, money doesn't have a conscience. Doesn't care if you're good, bad, pretty, ugly, tall, short, okay? Catholic, Jewish, Buddhist, whatever. Okay? Doesn't matter, doesn't care. Okay? So money doesn't have a conscience. Doesn't care if you're a good person. Doesn't care if you're a bad person. Okay? Please hear me. Again, I'm not saying to go out and be a bad person. Just understand it takes more than those things, okay, to get money, to acquire it, to attain it. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Money is everything. It is. And anyone who wants to speak contrary to that, usually they're the ones that don't have it. But yes, money is indeed everything. And you have to have it. You have to have it to survive. Okay? You just do. Particularly in our society. In this United States and actually global society. Okay? And you're in civilization and you're not living in some deserted island where it's just coconuts and fish to live off of. Yes, you absolutely need money. It is everything. Okay? And now I've had people who point out, well, what about libraries? And they're nonprofit or even just nonprofit organizations. Yeah, those folks need money to keep their doors open. I had a friend who she worked at the local library, and she lost her job. Well, why did she lose her job? Because the library didn't get funding to keep enough employees there to pay them to work. Okay? So yes, libraries, nonprofit organizations, all these entities, they need money. Right? And you hear those people who say, my kids are everything, and I'm sure they are. Kids love them, right? They are great. They are super. They are wonderful. They are fantastic. But here's the thing: you can survive without your kids. Both of my grandmothers lost children while they were living. Okay, both of them, and multiple times at that. Okay, they had multiple kids die before they did. Right? They still lived. They still needed money to survive, to buy food, to have shelter, to purchase a car. Okay? So, yes, money is indeed everything, and you have to have it, again, to be able to survive, move, and function in this society. Okay? And the thing with money, money is no more than energy. It's another form of energy. That's all it is. Okay? And you know how they say money is power? It is. And understand this. Think about this. When I say money is energy, think about this and how it relates to having power. The more money you have, okay, the more energy you have. And that means, or then that says, the more power you have. Right? So who is the most powerful person in the planet? Right? Now, in terms of financial status, Bill Gates. It always goes, lately it's been going back and forth between Bill Gates and Carlos, but I think it's Bill Gates right now. Okay? Super duper, billionaire. Okay? But yeah, so money is nothing more than energy, because when you hand over money, okay, at the grocery store, whether it be the actual cash or you run your credit or debit card, right? You're paying for food, so you're exchanging one form of energy for another form of energy, and this energy that you get at the grocery store, you ingest it or digest it to keep you healthy. When you go to the car lot, when you hand over the money to the dealership, they give you another form of energy called an automobile. And money takes on different forms of energy. It just does. And here's what I mean by that. I have this quote, and this is my quote. And this is my quote. In the land of drought, water is gold. Okay? So in the land of drought, water is gold. So what does that mean? And so what I meant by that, if you're out, just imagine yourself out in the hot desert, it's 150 degrees and it's desert, right? And sun is beating down, and you got two guys, one who has let's say one who has a backpack, and in his backpack he has $100,000, right? And one in his backpack he has 10 gallons of water, of ice cold water, in his backpack. And then they come across this group of people who are also in the desert, okay? And they are hot and sweaty and getting beat down from the sun just like the two of them are. Who has the money in that situation? Is it the guy with the $10,000 cash, $10,000 of cash in his backpack? Or is it the guy with the 10 gallons of water in his backpack? In that situation, right, it is the guy with the water. That money, that cash money, is worthless out in the desert, and the sun is beating down and it's 150 degrees. But that water is everything to those people that are out there that don't have water, that are suffering from the heat. If you remember the show Gilligan's Island, right? The Howes, right? He was like a super millionaire. His money, he always tried to leverage it. His money that he didn't have on the island, that was back home, right? And yeah, they had the nicer hut because he was, this millionaire, but his money didn't get him off the island, right? And his money was not good or a representation of value. It didn't have the same value on the deserted island as it would have over in civilization. Okay? So their money there was, coconuts and food and that type of thing, right? With the casino, right? You go to a casino. In the casino, as you know, there is tons and tons of money. Now, also in the casino, there are these little things, plastic things known as chips. And those chips have a dollar value assigned to them. A 2 cent a 2 cent piece of plastic could very well represent $10,000. I've seen them. Right? I've seen a little plastic chip with a $10,000 value sitting right in the middle of it. So in the casino, that 2 cent chip, plastic piece of chip, okay, is no longer a 2 cent chip. It is indeed $10,000 because in the casino. Now, as soon as I step my foot outside of that casino, okay, that $10,000 chip is now back to being a 2 cent piece of plastic. You see that? So you go and you take that $10,000 chip to the bank and see what happens. Okay? They will probably throw it in the trash. Okay? You will not get $10,000 for that chip. You have to be in the casino for that chip to be worth $10,000. Okay, and so that's what I mean by money is nothing but energy, and in energy it takes on different forms of energy in different places. Okay. So how does all of this equate to business and getting money in business? A lot of people ask me when they're first starting their business, and actually, really, and in my workshops, I ask people this: what's the first thing you need when starting a business? What's the very first thing? All the hands go up, and I get the answers. You need a business card. You need a logo. You need a slogan. You need a building. You need a business plan. Wrong. Right, all those wrong. The first thing you need in business, when you're starting a business, the first thing you need is a customer. Why? Because the customer represents, you got it, money, right? No customers, no money, no business. You don't have a business. So that is exactly the very first thing you need when starting and launching your business is customers, not pencils, not stock, card stock or letterheads or all that's baloney, right? Because if you have all that and you don't have any customers, you just got paper, right? That you can use as scrap paper, right? But yeah, so the first thing you need in business is customers, which is money, because they're going to give you money to keep your doors open, to keep business functioning and operating, right? That was just a little side note, but it does play into or go into money in business, right? And so my clients, they ask me, well, what should I charge for my products, my services, and that. So the first thing I ask them is, what are you selling? Okay? Because what you sell is different than what you should be selling. Because most people are selling the wrong thing. And I'll here. What you should be selling in business is money at a discount. Doesn't matter what you sell. It doesn't matter if you're selling Facebook ads. It doesn't matter if you're selling radio spots. It doesn't matter if you're selling anything, right? Your car, okay? An auto dealer, right? He needs to be selling money at a discount. Your chiropractor needs to be selling money at a discount. The grocery store owner needs to be selling money at a discount. And here's what I mean by that. You have to, if not get more value, at least appear to get more value out of what you're paying for than what it costs. Okay? So I always use this illustration. If your bank called you down today, okay, to the branch, and they say, listen, you come down here today, if you give us $1, we're going to give you $5 back. Okay? So listen to it again. Your bank calls you down and they say, we're going to give you $1, and you give us $1, we're going to give you $5 back. Okay? How many times would you be in that line at your bank? Okay? If you were smart, you probably would set up tent just like they do after the on the Black Friday sales. You know those folks, they right after they finish gobbling down, no pun intended, the turkey for the Thanksgiving dinner, and then they're off to Best Buy to sit in line for 11 hours waiting for the doors to open, and they got the tent. But yeah, so yeah, you would put up a tent and stay in that line and not ever leave it. That is money at a discount, right? You give us $1, we're going to give you $5 back. So whatever it is you sell, okay, if you can position it and present it in a way of, you give me $1, I give you $5 back. Okay? If you can position it in that way, you will indeed get more sales, get more clients, get more customers, get more patients. Okay? But you have to have that proposition out there like that. And I even go so far as to make the statement, listen, you give me $1, I'm going to give you $5 back. Let's do this deal. Right. So again, the idea is to position your offer, your pitch, your proposition as, you give me $1, I give you $5 back. Doesn't matter what it is. Okay? Whether it's food, groceries, gas, car, okay, marketing and advertising. Okay? You want to position yourself $1, $5. Think about the stock market. Right? People invest to make a profit. That's what's known as a profit. Right? So people invest $1 to get $2, $1 to get $10. They don't invest $1 to get 50 cents back. Now, a lot of times that's what happens, but that's not what that's not what their intentions are. That's not what the goal is. The goal and the hope is that if they do put in $1 in the stock market, and whatever stock they invest in, that it's going to yield a profit. So they put in $1 and they get back $2. That's $1 profit. Right? Think about this. You on your job, okay, if you have a job and you're working 8 to 5 or whatever it is you're working, okay, and you're getting paid, you are money at a discount. Okay? So you're the business owner who hired you. Okay? You are bringing in what you do and the service you're providing. You're bringing in more money than what they're paying you. You have to be, because if you weren't, you're no longer an employee there. Your desk is somebody else's desk, and you're out the door having to go work somewhere else. Okay? So you are money at a discount. You're telling your boss or that business owner, hey, pay me X amount of dollars per hour, and in exchange, I'm going to bring you pay me $40 an hour, I'm going to bring in $120 an hour with the service and the work that I do. Okay? You are money at a discount. And now, as soon as you become not money at a discount, that's when you get fired. How do I know? I've been there. I've been fired because I was not producing to where the investment of having me there was worth it. Okay? And so you are money at a discount. Okay? And here's the thing. Now, this is what I realized about working for someone and having a desk job, if you will, an 8 to 5. Now, this is why rich people get richer and poor people stay poor. Okay? Or you can't seem to get ahead as you would like in working your job. This is why. Because you're playing bank for your boss. You're playing the bank. You're taking on the role of the bank as your boss. And this is what I mean by that. You work for 2 weeks and you don't get paid until the end of that 2 weeks or a week or whatever, however often you get paid. So your boss, okay, that business owner, they have your money that you've generated, and they are able to play with it, invest it, do whatever with it, okay, until it's time for you to get paid or on your payday. So they get the money up front. Okay, you get the money on the back end. Right? I don't like that role. And when it was explained to me and it hit me, it's like, oh wow, all right, I've been playing bank for my supervisor for forever since I've been working. Okay, don't like that role. All right, I like to get money on the front end, because when I get the money on the front end, just like my supervisor did, or my business owner did, okay, they got money to play with. They're taking my money and they're going investing it somewhere else, or they're going on vacation, or whatever the case may be. Okay. So yes, so if you are working for someone and you get paid every week or every 2 weeks or every month, yeah, you are playing bank for your supervisor, your boss, or whatever the case may be, right? And when you do that, okay, I'm not saying you won't get ahead, but it's hard to get ahead because you're waiting on the back end to get those monies that are yours. You see what I'm saying? Who's going to get ahead? The person who has the money up front, or the person who has the money on the back end? Well, the person who has the head start with it. You see that? Please hear me out. I'm not telling you to go and quit your job and go give your boss a few words about having him having you play the bank. I'm just pointing out to you why it may be difficult for you to get ahead when you're in that position. Okay? So if you are working at 8 to 5, you want to have something, whether it's part-time business. Me, okay, I'm a business owner. I'm a consultant. I get paid right then and right there. Okay, I do a deal, I close a deal, money's coming into my account, whether it be through PayPal or they give me cash or a check. Okay, I'm not waiting until the work is done, okay, to get money. My money is given to me up front. That way I have it to work with, to play with, to do what I need to do with it, okay, to survive off of it. Okay? And that's how I'm able to get ahead and to get ahead, right, and not be behind and not have money problems. All right. So to stop, or to be able to get ahead and be, to flourish, you got to stop playing bank. Okay? You got to stop waiting a week, 2 weeks, a month, okay, to get your monies. All right. So being in business, okay, when you're in business and you have the money, okay, and you're getting the money up front. When you want something, okay, whether it's a car, it's a house, it's a vacation, okay, you do this. Okay, this is what we call sending the bill to the customer. Okay, so I am going to Disney World for the first time in my life. I've been in Disneyland, never been in Disney World. I'm going to Disney World. This is coming up November. I always wanted to go to Disney World. I love Disney World. Disney is my favorite company to watch, study, examine. They're one of the few rare cases in which families go there knowing that they're going to pay higher prices than what they pay outside of Disney for toys, trinkets, food, and gladly pay more with a smile. Okay, so no one is paying more money inside of Disney begrudgingly. They do it with a smile. That is a company of genius to me. Okay? A company that says this Mickey Mouse doll, okay, is $40, and pretty much the same doll you can get at Walmart, for $12. You see that? But because it's inside the Disney World doors, it's 3 times, 4 times as much as what you would pay outside, and families gladly pay 3 times, 4 times, 5 times the amount that they would pay for something if it were outside of Disney. But that's why I love Disney. So I'm going to Disney World. So I looked at what it would cost to go, to stay, to be at the park, the resort. Okay, calculated all of that, and what did I do? I sent the bill to the customer. So I sold enough product services. I did enough workshops to go and be able to go to Disney World this year. Okay, so that's the beauty in having your business, is to, again, send the bill to the customer. I remember when Michael Jackson passed, and they were doing all these stories about him, and they were showing all his interviews. There was this one interview that really stuck out, that really stood out for me, and they didn't interview Michael Jackson himself. They were talking about his manager at the time, Frank DeLeo, and this is during the Bad tour. And Michael Jackson was looking at what is now known as Neverland, that house with all the amusement park rides, and I don't think it had all that stuff before he did, but it was the Neverland Ranch. Okay, so he wanted that house, and he wanted that estate. His manager at the time, Frank DeLeo, told him, okay, you can get the house if you add, I believe it was like 10 more shows to the Bad tour that he needed to be able to afford to get the house. So what did he do? He added 10 more shows, okay, to his tour, and Neverland was purchased. Okay, John Lennon, right? He used to say, "Oh, I'm going to sit and I'm going to write us a swimming pool." Right? So what he meant by that was, he knew they had enough fans where if he wrote a song, it would become a huge enough hit where it would make enough sales to bring in enough money for him to purchase a swimming pool. Okay, so a swimming pool, a jet. So being a business owner, okay, and that really, singers, they are business owners. They are artistic business owners, but that's business. Okay, they are their own business. They are their own Microsoft. They are their own Facebook. They are their own GM, General Motors. Their business, music business. Okay? Actors, singers, athletes. Okay? You're a business. Okay? You're your own business. So, as business owners, we send the bill to the customer. I wanted to go to Disney World. I found out what it would cost to go there. I created enough sales, okay, added enough more clients to my list to go and be at Disney this year. Okay? And what I would suggest, you always want to have product service that fills a hole, well, not fills the hole, but is available to the high end. Okay? So you want to have something that satiates and is attractive to people with money, lots of money. So there's the gold option, the platinum option, and then there's the diamond option, which is the top of the line. Now, here's the thing. I want you to notice how I labeled my options. I didn't label my options, bronze, silver, gold. No. Who cares about bronze? Who cares about silver? Right? It's gold. So my lowest option, is gold. My next option is platinum, and my next highest option, or the top option, is diamond. Now, understand this. Everywhere I go, I study and point out and look at business and how businesses operate. Right? So I got the naming idea, the naming convention. Actually, I got it from a car wash, of all places. I told you, I study everything. Right? I study everywhere I go. I look at the service. I look at the naming convention. I look at the prices. I look at how you're greeted, all that. But I take note of that, and you should too if you're in business. But I'll go to this car wash, and the lowest price option was called Super. Right? That's the lowest item that they had on the list of menus of car washes to get. There was Super, and then there was Super Duper, and then there was Extra Super Duper, on and up. But the worst was Super. So if the lowest option you have is called Super, do you see what that does to the consumer, to the customer? It makes it appear as if they're still getting something that's great. It's super, right? So as opposed to basic, beginner, right? That's what other car washes have. Basic, then maybe super, and then maybe super deluxe. No. They started with super, okay? It's brilliant. Go to Starbucks. Right. Next time you go to Starbucks, look and see how they have named their coffees, or the sizes of their coffees. The smallest one is called tall. That's the smallest one. So even at the lowest priced item or a cup of coffee, you get coffee, tea, whatever it is, okay? It's tall. It's not small, medium, and large. There's tall, grande, and then there's venti. Okay? So, that's just a side note, but it is instructive to, when you are putting together your packages and naming your packages. You want to name them. You want to start with the bottom, or the basic one, and you want to give it a high valued name. It makes a difference in how people, and how many times people will purchase from you. It just does. So once more, in my example, if I start off with gold, and then the next package is platinum, and then the next package is diamond. Okay, so my diamond package, getting back to the conversation, the main conversation, my diamond package is for the people with money on top of money to spend, who have excess money. Okay? And you want to have that option, because there are people who will pay for the best package you have, or the highest price package you have, just because it's the highest price package you have. Okay? They say roughly about 20% of your customers will pay for the highest priced package. And so, and it doesn't matter what it is. And what I mean by it doesn't matter what it is, I'm saying it doesn't matter what the price is, because it is priced at its highest. You will get sales. Now, will you get a lot of sales? No, but you don't need a lot of sales with the highest price package, because it is the highest price package. Okay? So if I sell a pen for $1, okay, that's my gold pen, and if I sell a platinum pen for $10, and then if I sell my diamond pen, okay, for $100, right, I only need to sell one of those to equal the price, or to equal 100 of the gold pens I have to sell. You see that? So name it according to who you're trying to sell it to, and the people on the higher end, the higher scale, because you have to sell. You don't have to sell as many of those as you would the lower price items. Okay, so you sell those and you send the bill to your customers. So if you want a car, all right, you calculate what the car is going to cost. You put together a campaign and sell that many items to get your car that you want, or you want to go on vacation, or you want to add a man cave to your house. Okay, whatever the case may be, you're in business. You're in position to be able to send the bill to the customer. All right, so that's it. That's my discussion on money, how to acquire it, how to attain it, what it means to have it, how to get it, and how to charge to get the money that you want, to get the items, to be able to get the items that you want, to be able to live in the way that you want to live. Okay. All right. Hope it was helpful, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.